by the November meeting, you
I think the
said?
November meeting would be
November
good.
meeting regarding, getting that space.
A long-term plan.
Oh, but we gotta give her directives to make sure that in the short term, that space is
Right.
livable for the students also. I mean, the basics of what we saw needs to be here. I mean, I think what the main thing at this point in 4 weeks is gonna be shade.
And I think you want all of that done before school starts, right?
Yeah, we need shade, but plan for shade, because I think that at this point, we're not gonna get running water out there. But if there is the water in the classroom with the tank, that, for when it's 100 and something degrees, they have water. And drinking water and shade.
And
So
grass.
grass is not, we can do that, but it's not gonna be grown by then. We really have to plan for the rain and about the puddle issue.
Lori, do you mind if I jump in for 1 second?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, and so, I think you're on the right path, but I just want to ask one question of everybody, and the question is, doing nothing right now, lack of a proposal means that 7th and 8th grade will be at the high school next year. And so my question is, does anyone have a proposal to do anything different than that?
No.
Okay, so now
To not forget, we need to move forward building a middle school, their own some buildings, so I
Yeah.
don't know, the
the
side of that, the
We're
long.
not
right, I think there's 3 questions that we need to answer. So I think that was question number 1, but I don't want to skip over that too quickly. I want to make sure it's adequate time if anyone has any proposal that's different than that. Then question number 2, don't answer this one yet, but question number 2 is exactly where you were going, Lori, and I'm going to turn that back over to you so you can provide the direction to Jacqueline on what you want fixed over there for next year. I encourage you not to get into how to fix it, but what you want fixed.
For this coming year.
Correct, for the 7th and 8th grade this coming year. And then question number 3 that we need resolution for is, when do you, and you started to go here too as well, Lori, when do you want Jacqueline? Don't give her the meeting it needs to come by, give her the deadline that you want it as a board. It needs to be done on this date or before. So turn it completely back over to you. Great try.
Thank you. So I think the directive is in the short term because we only have 3 weeks, is Missy, is the shade and bottled water. And you said there's already bottled water, and then I do want to deal with the puddling. That obviously isn't gonna happen until it starts raining. But we need to do something about that now to get that in the works. So maybe options of the best way to get rid of the puddling. I think those are the 3 things that are really have to happen in the short term that are not hugely expensive or anything, should be able to happen quickly.
Yes, I agree. So I was thinking Jacqueline could meet with the teaching staff and the vice principal. And they could maybe draw out a plan to make it, because I mean, they could probably put like, yeah, Jacqueline.
Fred just said, we don't need to get into the weeds of that.
No, right, that's what I was thinking.
A directive. I think we need a directive. I want to give a directive on, I want to see the extra support I want to see all the issues that we've heard here tonight that are reasonable about, they need help over there. We need maybe another hall monitor. We need, there are those issues for the support to make it to continue to happen in a good way, and as far as the long term, then do I hear any dates that you guys want to?
Before we do the long term, I'm just writing it down. I want to make sure we got your list and the whole board is agreeing with this, and so we're really clear. And then what we need is to get this in the minutes. So the first thing we have in the minutes is the 7th and 8th grade remain at the high school. Then the second thing that I'm hearing, but I've only heard it from Lori so far, so just want to make sure that we have concurrence with the board. Shade, make sure that the water is addressed. Make sure that the puddling is fixed prior to winter season and rainy season. And then you said something about supports.
Staff support, teacher support, make sure there's enough staff support in the office. The things that I think Jacqueline knows where it was deficient this last year.
So I have questions, and I think for you, Jacqueline, so what does it look like as far as, so if you have actually kind of two different schools in a sense, is there a secretary for the junior high as well as a secretary for the high school?
There's not.
Is that something?
Yeah, we probably need a third person. We have two, attending secretary and principal secretary, yeah.
And then how about, so, but the administrator is assigned specifically to junior high.
Right, so last year, an administrator was assigned just to junior high and Captain John, so not just to, both sites. But spent most of her time with the junior high.
And
And
then what does that look like as far as proximity to the junior high?
Can
And
I,
then repeat that
Well,
again.
what does that look like as far as proximity? So like the high school principal is right there on campus. Is our junior high principal right there on campus?
so I'd like to assign the administrator just to the junior high.
And would she be at the,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
that's just one of the questions.
So then who's
So-
gonna, what about the administrator to Captain John then?
Well, that's a different issue,
Yeah.
but I would like to go back to the site prep for the junior high. I think we need to go beyond just those couple of things and address some beautification. I think we'd all be a lot happier if it was a better environment.
I'd
Yeah.
like to speak,
Yes, go ahead.
I'd like to bring up lockers.
Right.
And we get a quote on lockers.
Yeah.
And get that. Get a quote.
And,
They should have.
that's easy to do, but I have an opinion on lockers, and like I said earlier, my opinion doesn't matter, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Most school districts are moving away from lockers because of the potential for things being hidden in the lockers, whether it be paraphernalia, vapes, or weapons, and so they found that it's better for the backpacks. But again, that's just an opinion. My opinion counts for nothing. It's what you all want and what fits your community.
So I have one question. Is this high school looking at getting rid of lockers?
We have never discussed that.
Okay, then I think the seventh and eighth grade should have lockers.
So lockers, shade, the water being addressed, the puddles. I put slash gravel.
Not gravel.
Beautification.
Not
Beautif-
gravel.
Oh, not,
We
okay.
said not gravel, right?
Well, I suggest,
No,
yeah, I just, you
we're
tell
not
her to
reducing-
fix the puddle.
Take the puddle.
Yes.
But that's helpful if you don't want that for me to
Yeah,
know.
but-
So beautification though. Okay.
And so if this is what you all want, what I recommend you do now is that you have her come back. When's your next board meeting?
August 11th.
August 11th. And so on August 11th, you should have, if this is a pleasure of the board, we don't know that yet, you would have a report that reports back to the board what you did to address each of those items that you did. As a board, then, if you go in this direction, I highly encourage you, don't get too deep into whether it's gravel or whether it's chips or anything like that. She needs to work with, like, for instance, on that one, she needs to work with Missy and have a conversation with Missy. Hey, Missy, what's gonna be the best solution here? Have a conversation with the teachers out there, and come up, and Missy should probably have a conversation with the teachers, because I know you're gonna be swamped this time of year. And then you come up with that plan based on what's best for the situation, then have a report out to the board. Hey, here's what we did. These are the things that we addressed. We're not doing, I don't know, water pipes to the classroom because it costs too much or something like that. And then you can explain to them. So there's a full transparency about what did happen, what didn't happen, and they know what's going on.
Yeah, well, we know we can't have water spigots yet. That would take too long. we want to address that, make sure there is drinking water in each classroom. That was what we were specific about. Missy understood that. Okay, go ahead, Leslie.
I have one more question. It's regard to the bathrooms again. So I'm not clear. Do we have adequate bathrooms at the high school for seventh and eighth? What bathrooms are they using?
Not I mean, there are bathrooms, but they are shared spaces because they're not up there. So they're the bathrooms that are closest to them.
Which is where, on the high school
Yeah,
corridors?
Yes, yes.
Well, the other thing is I know that sometimes the bathrooms are closed, and so I think that we need to put some effort in making sure that all of the bathrooms on campus need to remain and can be opened.
Every site, every time, what it came down to was the bathroom issue. So I'm looking at,
That's why.
yeah, I'm looking at, can we look at the portables? I think we have a quote, it's what, 216,000? Is that worth?
That still has to go through DSA, so that's in our long-term plan.
We may want to look at something like that no matter
Yeah,
what.
Right,
because
I mean,
campus
it
needs a
benefits
better
everybody,
bathroom.
right?
Yeah, that's part of a long, we're finishing up the short-term plan first.
Address your restroom issue. It's a little bit of work, but what we do now is that, because everybody has radios, and if a teacher, let's say sixth grade teacher says, I have this is such and such teacher, I have a student who needs to use the restroom. And we say, okay, I'll meet them at your door. Then we escort them to the restroom. Between the SF, what are they called? SFOs?
SRO.
Yeah, those guys are one. And our office staff, we make it happen. And what has happened is, they don't need to go all that bad. Just letting you know.
Okay, so I also would like to propose that we have our options to us by December 15th.
Your long-term.
Our long-term options by December 15th.
Okay, I've got that written down, but let me digress for 1 second. Here's my list. And on the list, I have shade, water addressed, fixed puddling issues prior to rainy season. Some sort of plan for support staff that includes whether it's clerical, that includes whether it's social emotional support, that includes getting a teacher hired or multiple teachers hired, whatever it is you need to do, that full staffing plan for the support. Beautification around the site, lockers, and that all bathrooms on the high school site are open. Is that,
One more thing, I think, the seventh grade orientation day.
Yes. Yes. Good remembering.
and I will be happy to share my list with you later.
I have.
Great, okay. So I just added seventh grade orientation.
And in our long-term goal, some of the things that will help, which we might not be on that campus, but is to address the B wing bathrooms, because you have a lot of bathrooms.
The what bathrooms?
The B wing, so the middle wing that's not been modernized yet and done, you have several bathrooms there that need attention. And so if we were to be able to move forward with some funding and redo those bathrooms, that would be a long-term.
Do
thing
they
that you would
work
wanna
now?
do.
Do they,
They
are
work.
they functional?
They're functionable, but they need work.
They
They're
need
old.
updating, but
They're
they are
nineteen
fun.
fifty-four bathrooms,
Okay.
that's probably why they're still here with us and still holding as strong as they are, but if there was a move, again, thinking future of any of them, your B-wing bathrooms would be fine to get.
And I would echo what she says. I would highly encourage you to spend money on those bathrooms
Yes.
rather than bringing in a portable, because portable bathrooms
Not
don't
cheaper.
last.
How close?
Yeah, but we're using them then.
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, okay, so with those bathrooms, we have enough bathrooms. We don't need more bathrooms. We just need better bathrooms.
Yes.
Update
Your
those.
future,
bathrooms.
your future.
Thank you. Okay, so those are does that complete your list?
Well, you tell me.
Yeah, does that complete I think
I
that's
think the
everything we,
beautification, yeah,
and we need that information by our next meeting.
an update.
An update on it. And then for the long term,
Is
we're
there-
been looking at a date in December, but I'd like to have a standing agenda item to update on any information that's coming out regarding the long-term plan also.
And Lori, I know I'm gonna be crazy, so I apologize, but can I just get thumbs on the list? Cause I wanna make sure everyone supports that. Thumbs up, yes, you're good with it, or no, or in the middle, something like that, just so we're clear. Everyone supports the
But
list.
it's a working list, right?
So we're.
Well, no, this is the direction she may come up with more things, but this is the list that the board is saying that they wanna report back from Jacqueline on. And so you can't really change the list unless you have a board meeting, and you can add to it at a board meeting, sure. But it has to be properly agendized. This is the list. And so, for instance, let me give you I've been making up stuff. Let's say you decide, well, Jacqueline, I think we should add a new portable out there. Well, she's not going to address that because it's not on this list. So if you want her to look into something and report back to the board on it, it has to be in this list.
We'll read the list again,
Sure.
please, Fred.
Shade, water addressed, fix puddling prior to the rainy season. A plan for staff, which is support staff, teacher supports, clerical supports, etc. Beautification around the portables out there, lockers, all bathrooms are open, and plan on a 7th grade orientation.
I want to add one more thing. I want to see a plan B for if she can't get this stuff, any of this accomplished.
Sure, in.
Like especially the support and staff. We need a plan if we don't get those people in place, because that was a huge concern for keeping the junior high there. They need that.
Yeah, because staffing is one of your big issues with your bathrooms not being open.
Right.
Sometimes some stuff
Exactly.
happens and they gotta walk them down, so that could be some of your congestion that you have there, so staffing is gonna be.
So we need a plan B if she doesn't find that, get that done.
Okay, I didn't write down plan B, but let me see if I got what you said, and I'll change it to plan B if you prefer that. It says, if it cannot be accomplished, what is the plan? Is that addressed?
Sure, that's fine. Is
Okay.
that fine with everyone? Okay.
Because there may be a plan C or a plan D, because there may have to be several options out there.
So I have another question.
Yes.
Probably for Jacqueline, I'm not sure. So the case carrier for special ed students is at Hoopa L.
Yeah.
So, but if she has X amount of students over at Hoopa High, couldn't she, instead of moving the students over to Hoopa L, could she move herself over to the junior high?
That's what the current one did.
That's.
Oh, that
that's
is what they
they're
do?
Doing, yeah. Yeah, I'm not
I don't
sure
think
about the walking.
He was going back and forth.
Yeah, the teacher was going back and forth. Go ahead,
Yes.
Sandy. Yeah.
No,
For the
this,
resource
wait, no,
program.
excuse me, this lady here had her hand up first.
Oh,
she
wants her to address it. My thought was just, and Blaze kind of clarified it for me, and it's not even my campus, but this is a real issue with kids. Is that it seems like one of the
Can you
sets,
stand up and come to the mic, because I can't hear you.
I mean, I've seen this happen in bathrooms with older kids and younger kids. I was thinking that on your list, just for one clarification, it might be that one set of bathrooms needed to be understood to only be for the middle school. Because, you know, you got cameras in your hallways, but there are no cameras in the bathrooms, and you get older kids and younger kids in bathrooms together and bad stuff can happen. And so I would just say that it would be a good idea to have one set of bathrooms that are clearly only for the middle school kids. That was my thought.
Who would police that though?
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
well,
Thank you.
you'd be able
Yeah,
to
thank
see
you.
on the hallway cameras if the high school kids are going into the wrong bathroom.
We only
Sandy?
have we'll have one safety officer around too, as well.
Sandy?
Oh, I was just, sped question was, the resource teacher goes across the street. If there's not space available, he escorts them to his room, on the elementary side. It's out of all the options of where you wanted to put the junior high, that's still the most efficient way to service our sped kids. And then for the mild to or moderate to severe SDC kids, they stay on our site. We don't mainstream them to the high school, over to the high school. We keep them on our site and mainstream them, so. Just,
So why does I hear once the special ed students go over there, they don't come back?
I'm not really sure. We have one sped student, SDC student who has always been a wanderer. But I believe that really improved a lot before by the end of the year. I think it just was
Okay,
the beginning of the year kind of, somebody might want to correct me, but because we keep close tabs on him.
okay,
Yeah,
It's nothing new, even on our site that happened.
yeah,
the teacher was one,
okay, so that's, that.
and it makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, that's reason. I
But
thought,
sometimes he didn't have a room to be in, so you gotta take the kids back, so
right,
that's not ideal. Right.
yeah.
Okay, so on this list, can I get?
Wait, can we get Annalise finish up?
I just wanted to ask whether or not the movement of the students to the classrooms will be up to this, is it going to be up to the discretion of the new principal? Or is there going to be like a different kind of bell schedule, or like, how are you thinking about which students get to do electives, or I guess that rotation and thinking about that?
Oh, that was another thing to add to the list. Yeah, some type of system for your systems. A system for the issue of who gets to have electives. Cause I
It
know
shouldn't be so difficult.
it shouldn't be difficult.
Because I know that when students were getting ready to register for high school classes, they had teacher recommendation on who would take this class or who would take that class. It seems as if the sixth grade teacher would be recommending the seventh grade teachers for those.
Well, it
things.
seemed like someone said though, that was like, it came to them as if the eighth graders all had the right to take an elective. Instead of it being more of a merit-based type of system, and I think that's what they're asking for, is a system for a merit-based, so that not just, if they maybe a reward type setup where they, work towards getting an elective or something, or maybe they have to have a certain grade from the prior year. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm sure Jacqueline would have some idea about that, but I think that is important, because that is one of the more bigger concerns that I heard over there, was that the disruption of some of the younger students with the high school seniors in particular, when they were able to take an elective with the higher grade kids, that they were disruptive. And so I get that. I
The shop
heard that.
class was really scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that I've seen, that's a very important one that should really have a process to be able to get into. So I think that's a very important issue.
Here's what I wrote down. Let's see if it
Okay.
captures it or not. I wrote down bell schedule plan. That's a simpler one. And then the other one I wrote down, this will be more comprehensive, is the educational plan. So what does a day look like for a seventh grader? What does a day look like for an eighth grader? Does that capture what you're talking about?
No, not clearly. I think there should be some type of process, system for who takes the elective classes, the high school.
That's what I mean by the educational plan.
Yeah, but it doesn't say who, it just says an educational plan, unless, I just want to be totally clear.
No, please,
want it to
that's what we
be-
want. Clear as kind in this situation.
I put system of criteria for elective
Yeah.
classes for students.
Is it
That's a good
just
one.
electives that you want, or is it the whole
No, we're-
educational plan for a student?
No, I want we're talking specifically about the electives
Just
that I think it's the eligibility for, it's just eighth graders take electives, or eleven, and. Mistake, they should just be eighth graders, that's what it's supposed to be.
Question.
Right, or not at all. I mean, whatever, if that's your decision, but I think that was the biggest problems I heard was
Because that's when they.
the disruption.
Yeah.
And it's not fair for the higher grades, if their education is being disrupted. We want to give everybody a good education. So that, I think what Dana said captured it well.
Are we able to take other classes besides electives with the high school students?
Like court classes? I don't know if they are.
Are they?
I don't currently they were able to, but if we change the bell schedule, they won't be able to take anything. They'll just be taking their classes with their teachers and that'll be it.
Okay.
I think it's something to consider with the schedule, because I did hear some of the staff asking for the bill schedule not to be different.
I know, I heard that.
And,
Okay.
if we do have students that are over there that can take, let's say, algebra or
Algebra.
chemistry or something that's a little more advanced, we want them to have that opportunity, because that's why we want that, that's why we have them over there.
Right,
Right. And
And I
that's
have
like,
some creative ideas I can work with you on.
okay,
I
okay.
think Bruni would definitely.
Yeah, yeah, Bruni and I talked a little bit too, so yeah, we'll continue that discussion.
thank you, Annalise. I had forgotten that point.
So is this part of all Plan A, and we're still?
Yeah, so,
Plan-
well, I'm still waiting for thumbs, but do you want me to read them again?
Mhm.
Okay, shade, water addressed, fixing puddles prior to rainy season, the staff support plan, et cetera, beautification around the site, lockers, all bathrooms open, plan on seventh grade orientation. If it cannot be accomplished, what is the plan B? And she, Dana wrote it more eloquently. I just wrote down, who takes electives with high school students, but she has it written better. And bell schedule plan.
Okay. Anything,
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Is that-
5.
Is that all, everything for you
Okay.
guys?
Now, proposal for December 15th, by December 15th is the next one. Or thumbs on that or different proposal? 1, 2, 3, 4.
What do you mean?
The deadline to have the plan presented to the board for long term is
Oh.
December 15th.
With updates on it regularly on our agenda, if there is anything to update.
You okay with that, Terry?
I thought.
Do you want it to be sooner? You want it sooner?
No, I don't want it to be sooner. I think she's got her hands full. I think it could be January first, as far as I'm concerned.
And let me ask a question. I would recommend, and I just want to say this in front of everybody, I would recommend to Jacqueline that this comes in November with a final decision in December, because I think this is a a 2 board meeting issue.
Yes.
And your 2 board meetings could be different than that though, too. It could be a meeting like this where you have a study session about it and then make the final decision inside of a board meeting as well.
The sooner the better it pushes you towards your next year's goal faster, so that if anything needs to start going, now we're not looking at this time next year again, so. So if you guys have a better decision before November, I think that's great.
The only problem with that though too is that won't the elections be in November and we could possibly have new board members in December?
Yeah.
So then we'd have to, so that's, I mean, I don't care, but.
And that's actually a great question.
it-
Do you want this current board to make the decision? Or do you want the new board to make the decision? There's pros and cons to both.
Well, yeah, because that's the unknown for a new board. So, I mean, that's just something to consider.
I'm kind of thinking the current board, because the current board has all the information, all the history.
Yeah, but the new board members could get caught up.
What if I lose?
Yeah, well, I
I
don't
think
think
if
that's
you
gonna
think of
happen.
long term, you just think of your facility where you want your location, I think we can build really big and fast from that, as long as we know where you want to go.
So if you want the current board, I would suggest that it be done by November 30th. If you want the new board to make the decision, you probably should push the date out to January 15th.
I move November 30th. Okay. I have no, what do you call it? No skin in the game.
You're stuck.
I'm stuck.
You're not up for election.
Yeah, she's stuck. November 30th.
Okay, so I see November 30th with updates. So November 30th with updates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right.
Live with it? You want to talk about your live with it?
No, I
Okay.
don't care.
Very good.
That's what I said, I don't care either. Get her done.
So I've got November 30th, and I think we have what we need unless there's anything else for folks. And then if you want to talk about my notes, I'm happy with that. We'll probably ask you some.
I agree.
So is there a plan B? Fred, what was plan B?
The plan B, I didn't write. I just said, if it cannot be accomplished, what is the plan? Yeah.
So plan B
It
was.
makes me legal with plan B because that is a birth control plan.
Yeah. You don't know what plan B is?
Well, I need to add the bathroom
I
as a
didn't
backup. So I was thinking if we're needing it, I don't wanna
Oh.
lose sight of it because there is a we worked hard to get the quote.
Closed session.
Missy has the quote, it's already DSA approved.
No, it's not.
The
We still
building
know.
itself.
It's an over the-
The building
itself,
structure
it's
is that,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Still
the
has-
building itself would be DSA approved, not the
Oh,
setting. and the rest of
okay.
it.
And I-
You gotta apply.
And I would suggest you work that in conjunction to what your
Right.
long
We're
term
going
is.
to-
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
a question. It was said last year at the orientation that, the 8th grade graduation would be done away with and you guys would move to doing 6th grade graduations. So is
is right now, is it stating that they're just going to be 8th grade graduation and not no 6th grade? Because Jacqueline mentioned in the orientation last year that that change was gonna happen eventually because of all of this stuff that's happening.
That shouldn't, no, it's just.
I agree. It's just.
I agree.
Okay,
Let's not take that on this year.
Yeah, this is not on the agenda.
I just wanted to make sure.
And so
Thank
just
you
to
for
help
that.
clarify that, I believe we're moving in the direction of creating a middle school, right? A
Right.
7th and 8th grade middle school. So Hoopa High remains Hoopa High, class of 76. So junior high could be
Model for teachers come to
Hoopa Junior High or middle
there's
school.
other junior highs.
There is, all
Yeah.
up and down California, junior high or middle
In our
school.
district, I'm saying.
Traditionally, middle school 6, 7, 8, junior high is 7, 8.
I
But
thought it was 79.
Sometimes it's 7, 8, 9.
Sometimes it's 7, 8, 9, but it's usually
no, no,
seven,
when
eight.
a school district calls it a middle school, it's traditionally 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. When they call it a junior high school, it's traditionally 7th, 8th grade, but sometimes you can bring in 9th grade. Not many schools do that anymore, but some do. The problem with bringing in a 9th grade is you miss out on all those other advancing classes, because generally you accelerate students when they get to high school. And so if you have a 9th grade on a separate campus, you really limit the number of courses the 9th grade student.
And they miss out on sports.
And one more thing is we're not making a true junior high for district wide for Climate Trinity. We're only making it,
True.
right? Until we make a future goal that maybe Climate Trinity is going to have a true junior high campus district wide again.
So they remain the Braves, right?
Warriors.
I think that's a question to be
Yeah.
asked.
Agenda. Now move to public comment on closed session items. For closed session,
It's about 7th and 8th grade for next year. I just had a clarifying question. So will they still have their own principal?
Yes.
Yes.
thank you very much.
Strong ones.
Okay, if there aren't any comments on closed session, we'll adjourn to closed session at 8:37.